everyone, this is Georgia with Georgia's Crafty Creations, and today I'm bringing you another project as part of May Made It's guest design team. And we're going to make this cute little card with a pocket on the front that you can put a gift card in, or if you had a tag, you could put a little tag in with a message. And on this one I did do the inside, but I left it blank so you could write it for whatever occasion you like. So let's get started on how we're going to do this card and the supplies I used. Now the stamp set I used for this was May Made It. Let me set that card up there. We're going to be using this saucer in a little bit. We're going to be using the Feathers stamp set. We're going to be using the Dove, and we're just going to be using You Are a Blessing. So that's what we're going to be using for our stamp set. The paper we're going to be using is from Bo Bunny. It is the Faith 6x6 paper pad. And we're going to use the two sheets, the one that has like these round circles on it. And then the second sheet I'm going to show you, so I show you how I cut it. So let's get started with the card. Now for your base, you're going to need a 5x10 piece of paper. And it's going to be scored at 5 inches. This is going to be a 5-inch square card. You're going to need a mat that is 4 3/4 inches square, and this is the one with the little circles and bursts and stuff on it. It also has some words on it that I really like. Then this is the other sheet from the paper pack I'm going to use. We're only going to use a small piece of it, so what I did was I cut a 3-inch square, and I want to use the piece that has the joy on it. We're going to cut that again, but that's where we're going to start with that one. So we're going to set that aside. And then you also need a white mat at 4 3/4 inches square. And then you're going to need one strip that is 1 1/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. Now I think this would make a really cute Christmas card too, if you wanted to make a Christmas card for a gift card. But first thing we're going to do, we're going to take this little piece of joy paper. And I have a saucer because I want to make an angle, and this is just an easy way to do it. I cut this the size I want it from top to bottom and left to right. It's the 3 1/8 inch square. And actually this one I'm going to have to turn to do this way because I am right-handed. And I'm just going to line up this with the corners, and we're just going to cut that with a pen blade. Let me grab that. I'm just going to hold this hard down on there and take my, now another way you can do this is you could just draw a line and then you could cut it with a pair of scissors. And I felt it slip a little bit, but we can still use it. I've got my main line started there, so we're just going to take a pair of scissors and go ahead and cut that. But you just want to make an arch to make your pocket on your card. This is a really quick card. It'd be a nice Christmas card if you're giving someone a gift card for Christmas, to do it with Christmas paper. There we go. And there we have our little pocket for the front. If you don't have something to, like a compass to make an angle, using a saucer from your kitchen works just great. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and fold our card base, which I've already scored. It sits pretty well down. And then we're going to take our mat, which is this piece. I'm going to make sure you can have this opening top or opening side. The first one I made opening from the top. I think that this one we're going to do that way also. Sometimes if you want to switch it up, you can switch it up whichever you like. I'm going to just grab my tape runner here so we can get our mat put on. This is a really quick card to make. If you need one for a birthday really quick that you bought a gift card for, something a little more than the little envelopes you get at Walmart to put the gift cards in. And I'm also going to make sure my words are facing the right way on the card because I just like them to be that way. So we're going to put our mat down. And the next thing we're going to do is put our pocket on. Now for the pocket, I prefer to use red line tape because I want it to be strong. And I want to put it down both sides. And then I'm going to put just a little up at the bottom to just give it a little more way for the pocket for the gift card to go into. So let's go ahead and get our red line tape on there. Just got to find the end of it. There it is. Now before you put your little piece of tape up the side, flip your card and make sure you're getting it on the right part of the card. Because when I made my first one, I didn't have it on the right part, so I had to quickly take it off and try to peel that red line tape off, which is not very easy. Cut that one. I'm going to flip this, and this is where we want just a little piece, not a very big piece, just a small one. That way you can kind of tuck your card in a little bit if you want to. And I'm going to just smooth that down. Take off the liner. And then we're going to go ahead and get that placed on our card. And I like to line it up right with the corner. If you want a border, you could do that too, but for this one, I just liked it right at the corner of it. There we go. Let me grab my little gift card I have as a sample. And you'll see that'll slip right in there. And you can slip it down. I just like it. Nice little handy pocket. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to set this aside. We're going to take our purple that we had left over from cutting our card base, and I'm going to cut a 2 1/4 inch circle with a punch. And that's going to be the base for our sentiment. We've got that. And then I'm going to take white cardstock, and I have a 1 1/2 inch punch. We're going to punch with that, and I didn't get it all the way in. So I'm going to have to flip that over so I can see. Make sure I'm getting the whole punch. There we go. And that will be for our sentiment on the front of the card. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of white scrap cardstock, and I'm going to stamp my dove, and I'm going to use Stays On ink. The reason I'm using Stays On, I don't want it to run because I am going to go over my dove with Wink Estella. And what I did one of these ahead of time, but I'm just going to stamp my dove, and then I'm going to take it over to my Scan and Cut and cut it out on my Scan and Cut. The nice thing about when you do it with your Scan and Cut is this is the dove, I'll show you, that I cut using my Scan and Cut rather than fussy cutting. I do not like to fussy cut. But you can cut it directly on the line like I did with this one, or in my sample, I did it with a little bit of border. But what I did is once I cut my dove out, I pulled my white paper off real quickly and replaced it with a piece of purple so that we could have a mat to go behind our dove, which I really, really liked. So we're going to take our dove and we're going to glue it to the mat. And once again, I'm just using my tape runner. You can use, I do use art glitter glue also. I just had it at a crop and I just don't have it unpacked yet. So I'm just going to take my dove and we're going to put it down on the mat. There we go. And it would just make him pop off the page a little more if he's on the mat. I didn't get him quite straight, so we're going to peel him off real quick. We've got a minute there before it's totally set. There we go. That looks better. Yep. And put him on. We're going to do the Wink Estella once we have him on our card. So next we're going to take our card. We're going to figure out where we want the purple circle. And I'm thinking about right there. I do prefer art glitter glue for this part, but like I said, I haven't unpacked it yet, so we're going with the tape runner. There we go. And then same thing with our sentiment. We're going to stamp it with the Stays On ink so that we can put glitter over it. I just have to find where I set my stamp. There it is. And this, if you want to totally center it, you can work on doing that. But I'm good with getting it wherever it goes. Actually, that looks pretty good about right there. Well, sorry everybody, my camera quit without me knowing it. My memory card was full. So I'm just going to show you how I finished up the card, because we were almost done anyways. I took the little scalloped circle with my sentiment and glued it onto the purple. Then I took my dove, who I'd put onto the purple mat behind. And also, if you're going to do that purple mat on your scan and cut, once you cut your dove, you do have to go a step or two back and increase your margin so that your mat will show behind your dove. But I popped my dove up with foam dots. I added a little bling, and then I took a Wink of Stella clear pen or marker, and I went ahead and went over my dove, my sentiment, the purple, a few of the circles around on the card, and the word joy I outlined a little bit. So that's all I did to finish the card. I hope you like it. If you make this card, be sure and show it over on May Made It, and so did I on Facebook, and also on George's Crafty Creations on Facebook. And if you change it up, show us how you do it. And once again, very easy. Gift card, slide in, make an envelope, and give it to the person you like. Or as a Christmas gift. This would barely be cute for Christmas. I think I'm going to do some for that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe below. Have a great day, everybody.